So we're gonna do a video on this dishwasher here. It's pretty good, decent size. So you open it. You've got your, where you put your dish liquid, your rinse aid. So all you do is you take it and you open it and you fill it until it gets full. The level here is to tell how much of a rinse you want in your system. So put that back in. It comes out like this. It's got a really decent size in there. And when I wash my pots, I take this out. I have dishes to show you, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. Alright, and then sometimes you can hook your wine glasses up here. Sometimes you can put things there. And so this right here comes off. You want to make sure that there's no water leaking out of here. And let me move all this stuff. Be right back. So you can tell by which one, this one would be on the left side and this one would be on the right side. And then you just want to make sure that there's no water dripping through it. Because sometimes I lean it over and you can get water out of here. So when I put the plug in, I actually have created something. So I'll plug it in right now. You never know if this leaks or anything. Like, it's a possibility, like it could have leaks, right? So make sure that your cord is above and not on the ground. And I also keep this just down here just in case, you know, there's water spillage. There's not really a lot. The first time I ever installed this machine, there was, you know, water because you didn't know how tight it had to be, but just make sure it's not on the ground so if the water leaks, you don't get electrocuted or anything. Alright, so it's really super simple to make sure that this is correctly. So all you gotta do, there's this thing you just push it down, make sure it clicks up. So I'm gonna turn the water on. So you heard that sound. So then there's no leakage, make sure there's no leaks. But then when you turn the water off, it's not gonna let you take this off unless you press this red button and release all the water. Now you can take the thing off. I'll show you, let me put it back on. I'll show you, like, right now, like, I'm not allowed to move this. Alright, so I've filled up the dishwasher now. Got it all in there. Pot. You can fit your pots in there, which is pretty darn cool. I have my dish detergent. Close that, make sure it's closed. Sometimes I accidentally push it like this and then forget that I didn't close it. And you turn it on by pressing, obviously, power. Now, the problem with this machine when I got it, I spent 4 hours trying to figure out why it wouldn't work. We had everything to make it right. However, you can see that there's 2 hour, 4 hour, and 8 hour. Now this was on. You're trying to press start and this blinks. It's not going to start because basically this is not, you take this off right now. So you pause it, change this back to where it says nothing. When you press start, it'll start. This is what they call delayed time. So if this is on, like it was before, it would delay 2 hours before it starts. I'm like, what? Why would they even have that on there? That's ridiculous, right? So this was on and I wasn't really sure as well what this is. When this comes on, this is for rinse aid. You gotta make sure it's filled up. It'll show you when you start that it's not on when this blinks, so you'd have to turn that water on. It'll show you in your manual. Manual is super important. It'll tell you what the cycle is about. It'll tell you all the description of the cycle, how much detergent to put in, what's the running time and how long it'll go, and what requires the rinse aid, which is every one but the rinse, because obviously that's the rinse. So this dishwasher does require rinse aid. I've never heard of that before this, but you know what? If it cleans my dishes, I'm totally fine with that. So now it's time to start the machine. I'm gonna go with Echo 2 because it's slightly dirty. It's not really extremely dirty. And then it'll start. So you're gonna hear that sound. And that's when you know it's going to start. So make sure you have your rinse aid in. Make sure the water's on. Make sure the delay time is not on, because that was crazy assumption that, you know, it was going to be 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours, and I thought like, oh, this is for those, you know, slightly dirty dishes, really dirty dishes, but I didn't think that those also had the times in them. So you want to be more aware of making sure that that's not on when you use it, unless you really prefer delay time. Also wanted to share with you that this one right here shows when the wash is almost complete. Let's say I wanted to pause it for some reason because I wanted to use the water. You can press pause here. It'll pause the system. Make sure that this is, the water's turned off. Then make sure you press the red button to release all the water. And now you can use the water. Then you wouldn't be able to start it. I mean, you can start it because there's water in it, but then this will turn on. And it will turn on only if it needed more water. But then it will get frustrated. It wouldn't be able to release anything, so you'd have to plug it back up anyway. So it's good to leave that on. A few moments you're gonna hear a noise when you're like, how does it empty itself? Which is what I was thinking the whole time I was trying to install this thing. It actually goes through out here. That sound might scare you at first and be like a little alarming, because it's like, what is that? And why is it so loud? But it's pretty darn cool because it releases all the water that's in your dishwasher. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I would rate the installation as a very poor 6, because it really doesn't necessarily give you like step-by-step instructions, especially when, you know, it's kind of difficult to understand how to put this big thing together. But I would rate the dishwasher cleaning my dishes as an 8. It holds up a lot of stuff and it dries my dishes pretty darn well. And you can use it for all your pots. You take that silverware thing out, and then you can use it and put more stuff in it if you don't have any silverware. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video.